Hi. There has been a few people, not very many, that has personally wrote and asked me how I was a-doing. And so I thought I would take a few minutes and tell you that my health could be better, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. And I get where I get up and I start moving around. When I start moving around, my back really gets to aching and a hurting, and the nerves and things and around, and especially in between my shoulder blades, they get like cold. They start hurting, and if I decide, well, I'm going to finish it, I can almost get myself just to bawling. But then I have to stop because I get where I can't breathe too, or I can't. It feels like I can't get air, or I can't breathe, and I have to go in and sit down. Now, when my back first starts really hurting, and my breath gets a little short, if I go in and sit down at that immediately time, I can sit there for about 5 or 6 minutes, and it goes away, and then I can get up and maybe go another 5, 6 minutes, and 10 minutes at the very most. So that's the way I do my work. I'm up and down, up and down. But my breath is getting, because sometimes, I don't know, I can bend over. And when I bend over, that just seems like there's something in there that just a valve or something just shuts my breath off. And sometimes I can get up and walk down the hallway from my bedroom into the kitchen or dining room, and I can't breathe. I mean, I get where I lose my breath. Other times I can walk a little further or whatever. So anyway, I went to the doctor here last week for my checkup, and he was telling me, I was telling him my breath was getting, and I can't go out into the garden, and I can't walk around, and I can't do this, and I can't do that, because I lose my breath in my back, and I've told him this so many times, it's just like drawing in one ear and out the other, I think. So he says I need to get a walker. So he wrote me a prescription to get me a walker. So I got one the other day, but it's not a new one, but it's got a good seat on it and everything. It's got wheels and it's got brakes, but it's not what I really want. So I'm going to still go out and find me a walker. It's not a new walker, but it doesn't look all that bad. So anyway, that's how my health has been, and I have been able to get up and do a lot. And I have been able to go out in the garden and do much in the garden at all this year. I did a lot more last year than I can this year. But I just haven't been able to. I mean, I get up and I want to go and do, but I just can't. I mean, I get out of breath and I gotta go sit down, and my husband gets upset with me. So he's the one that has, the big gardener this year, that has done most. I planted the seed, and I transplanted them into the little larger pot, and I helped to transplant them into larger pots, and I watered some when they was in the greenhouses and stuff, and I sorted them all out. When they were planting in the garden, I was out there sorting the plants out and stuff like that. But outside of that, I haven't done much. And to pick my blueberries this year, I take me a chair out and I sit in the chair. That's the only way I can do, because I can't bend over. If I bend over, my hair is gone. So I take me a chair out and I sit around the bushes, scoot the chair around the bush, and I sit and I pick the blueberries. We've had nice blueberries this year. I guess we've had they're fairly new plants. They've only 3 years. This is the 3rd year we've had them, and but I thought they did real well. We've had about maybe 3 quarts of blueberries, and there's blueberries out there, and they're ready to pick again. So I've had plenty of blueberries. And our garden is late this year. Real late because it's been so cool and cold. It has been the coldest. I mean, here in July, one time my husband built up a little fire in the wood stove just to get the chill off the house. And I understand back east and in the Mid-East, oh God, you're just burning up. Now today it got up to 95, but yesterday it wasn't, and the last 3 or 4 days before that, it was in the 60s, and then it climbed up into the 70s, and today it's 95. I understand that it might get a little bit warmer than that tomorrow, I don't know. But anyway, this is what's going on with me. And I have no complaints at all. Because my doctor sat there and looked at me and said, Ada, back in 2002, you couldn't hardly made me believe that today I'd be looking at you and talking to you today. So in 2002, that's when they found, I'm a cancer survivor. And in 2002, they found the cancer in my lung. And from my lungs, it went into my back and into my spine, and to the spine up. And that is where, right between my shoulder blades is where it went. And I've got 3 or 4 discs. When you take an x-ray of them, it just looks black. It don't even show. Well, it looks dark and black. So, anyway. So I am very, very lucky. And if it wasn't for the Lord Jesus Christ, I wouldn't be here today. I mean, I know that the doctors did their radiation and stuff, but then they told me to go home, and my husband said, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, just the way he said it, he said, go home because there's nothing more that we can do for you, or can do for you. And my husband said, what do you mean by that? You just telling us, shoving us out the door. I said, Ron, he's telling me to go home and die. And he ducked his head down and he said, I'm sure sorry about that. I'm so sorry. And they sent in hospice. And I graduated from hospice. So, I'm still here. And I wouldn't be if it hadn't been for the Lord Jesus Christ. Now you can laugh, you can do whatever you want to, but I know. And I know when I was healed. So, laugh on, but I'm here. So, that's been what's been going on with me. It's just my breathing and my back hurting and everything, and I'm having, and where I can't get up and go, I can't even walk, very far. And I'm losing my energy because you can't exercise, you can't do anything because of it. So, so therefore you lose your strength when you can't get up and do things. But I'm a fighting the battle, and I'm trying to exercise. I'm trying to do what I can. So, anyway, that is what's going on with me. So, this has been a long, sad story. So, I'm going to say bye and God bless all of you. And I'm going to shut up my mouth down. Bye.